Good morning, everyone. Pixel Cadet right here. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2024. Back with me again. Today, I want to excuse me. I want to show you something really exciting, something that I've been wanting to share for a while, and it's a new dice weapon. And so, without further ado, this is how it looks like. Looks slightly weird, doesn't look like what I've been creating so far. It's not a gun, it's not an axe or saber or anything. You guys wonder how come this could be a dice weapon. I'll show you how it works. First of all, this is a gauntlet that you can wear on your palm, like so. This is how it looks like from the back, and this is how it looks like from the front. And the way it can shoot dice is basically if you press this thing right here inwards, and it will lock inside. And then all you need to do is just load your normal typical size dice inside, close the flap like so. Oh, it's the other way around. Note to myself to maybe improve the flap design, but yeah, this is how it looks like when it's loaded and cocked. And the flap also makes sure that the dice wouldn't fall when you're loading it. Now all you need to do is to press this red trigger right here to shoot. In 3, 2, 1. Finally, a new dice weapon with a new mechanism that works. I'm so happy with this build, guys. Basically, why I'm so happy with this new design is because of two things. First, this is the first working dice weapon that I built that doesn't require rubber band, because all the dice weapon that I created that can shoot dice, it requires rubber band that is installed in the dice shell, and that's where the magic comes from, basically, because the rubber band is cocked inside the dice shell, and all the weapon does is just like press the button to shoot the dice. And for that mechanism to work, it requires much bigger space, and something that I mentioned to you a while ago, that the only downside with rubber band that it will wear out pretty quickly, and then you need to replace it again. But for this design, what I'm using is this thing right here, and this is a printed part as well. I printed this using PLA. It's strong, and it also packs a lot of kinetic energy in such tight space. I'm using compliance mechanism for this to work. Compliance mechanisms basically is just like Mark Rober famous video of super tiny Nerf gun, basically a one unified body that can still move around without hinges, and it can also have some elastic characteristic in it, feature in it. So this is the printed bow that I created. This is what goes inside here. And what it does, it's basically like a bow that is all printed but can still can still be malleable and can still be elastic. I mean, this is not a pure compliance mechanism per se, because it consists of two parts, where normally a compliance mechanism just consists of one unified body, but this one still has hinges here. But then what's important here is like this elastic characteristic, and this mechanism right here is what makes my new dice weapon works, and what allows me to create a mechanism in such tight space like so. And yeah, so this is how it looks like so far. Let me know guys what you guys think. I'm really happy with this new build. I already had some notes of improvement for what should I do before I finally publish it. first thing first is the previous version of the bow that I created. It's still too wide because I'm afraid if it's too narrow, it's not gonna pack a lot of kinetic energy. But then the downside is when it's not cocked, it protrudes towards outside of the barrel itself, and you cannot close the flap. And this is something that I wanted to try because this is much narrower, and with this new version I can make sure that even when it's not cocked, you can still close the flap and it doesn't protrude much. And second of all, if you notice here, this, I don't know what it's called, let's call it finger brackets for now. It's built at the front, and you know, with this design I cannot really curl my finger, so I need to find a way to fix this. My thought is to move this to flip the orientation so that the finger brackets will come from the back. Let's see if it's gonna solve the problem. But yeah, this is how it looks like, my new dice weapon, a dice gauntlet. Something that the inspiration comes from, of course, Percy's Diplomacy or Iron Man Repulsor. You know, those two things. I just want to have something that can fit into my hand and it doesn't look like a gun or so. So yeah, that's the update for today, and let's close. Sorry, there is someone ringing. Let's close this log entry by shooting it one more. Now let's use 2 smaller dice, because if you have 2 smaller dice, maybe you know those typical dice that you use for a war game, you can also fit 2 inside. And let's fire it one more time in 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's log entry for today, guys. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.